Ilianna from Polar. Alright, I'm just going to wait a few moments to give some time to people who want to join. Alright. I'll just give a minute or two for people to join. Hello, hi there. Feel free to wave or give me a thumbs up if I sound good, if you could hear me, or if it looks good, if my connection's all right, give me a thumbs up. Hi, Michael. Hello. Hi, Zoe. Alright, I'll just wait another minute to give people some time to join. Okay, again, my name is Ilianna. I'm the Education and Outreach Coordinator at Polar. Thank you all so much for joining me for our mindfulness moment. So today I will be guiding you through writing a haiku while we practice mindfulness. So what is mindfulness? It's a very popular word. We're constantly hearing about mindfulness, but what exactly is it? Well, the way I can interpret it, it's a practice. It's a practice in being present, being in the moment, being aware of your surroundings. And so when you're practicing being present, you're not thinking about something that happened yesterday. You're not trying to plan out the rest of the day or the rest of the week. You're just really embracing what is happening in the here and now. And one really awesome technique to help you practice mindfulness, because it's not easy, it's a practice, and you can acquire tools to help you do that. A good way to practice mindfulness is by being out in nature. And this is something, that experts have talked about and they've explained, over and over again. It's proven to work. When we're out in nature, we are admiring the beauty that's around us, and we're not worrying about what's the busyness of life, really, because we're taking the time to admire beauty. And nature has this amazing power to it. It draws us in. And so I want to bring those two things together, mindfulness and nature, admiring nature. And we're going to do this by writing a haiku. So free writing. A haiku is a short poem. It's a traditional Japanese poem, traditionally 3 lines long. And the first line should have 5 syllables, second line should have 7 syllables, and the third line should have 5 syllables again. And haikus traditionally talk about nature, so the subject of each poem might be an object out in nature, or it could be a season, it could be a month, it could be an animal. And so haikus, they try to capture a moment in time, and they're also meant to be read in one breath. So they're short poems that are very descriptive, that talk about nature, that admire nature. So I'll give you an example, and then I'll give you some tips to help you guide your writing. So this is an activity that we usually do with our students through our education program called Source to See, where we work with students all over LA to deliver lessons about the LA watershed or lessons about ecology. We do LA River field trips, and we also ask them to write haikus. And so we get all sorts of responses, so it's always really fun to read haikus from our students after we're done teaching. So to start, I will share a poem from one of our students, just to give you some inspiration and to get you going. So this first poem that I'll read is from a middle schooler from El Sereno Middle School. So it goes, I see a river. I see the birds and people, a community. So very simple, very short, but also very descriptive and beautiful. It captures a lot. It's amazing. These haikus are capture so much in just 3 lines. So I'll go ahead and give you some tips to get you going, to start, your creative juices flowing. And key thing is to keep an open mind. When we practice mindfulness, when we're just free writing, we don't want to judge ourselves. We want this to be a no judgment zone, and also we want to be patient with ourselves, because this is also a practice. Writing, being mindfulness, it's all a practice, and we're constantly improving. Okay, so some tips to get you started. So you could start off by creating a list of objects that you may want to write about, like a leaf, a tree, an oak tree, a willow tree. It could be an animal, like a squirrel, an ant. It could be a season, like your favorite season, like it may be spring or winter or summer. You might want to read examples. You might feel like writer's block, and you want to find inspiration by reading other examples. So you can look up some examples from other writers. Once you have chosen your object, you want to spend some time admiring it, noticing intricate details that it may have. And you could do this by looking up pictures or by seeing it in person. And again, doing this practice doesn't really require anything too fancy or out of the ordinary. All you need really is a writing tool, some paper, and a comfortable spot to sit in and to admire nature. And this could be, in your own backyard, it could be at your local park, or it could be in your house. You could spend some time admiring your house plants. You might have a plant in your home that you take care of. There's a reason why we love having plants in our home, and we love taking care of them. Nature has this power to it. Okay, another tip. So once you've chosen your object, you can make another list of different words or emotions that you may associate with this object. And this is when it could get kind of personal. And also another thing about haikus, the last line of a haiku, so the third line, sometimes has a twist or a surprise. It's kind of like the punchline in a joke. So you may or may not follow that. So I will read one more example for you, and then I'll give you a few minutes to free write, just to get started. Create a list. Just write down some words. No judgment, no particular rules for now. So here's another poem, and one that I wrote. It's about wind. So it goes, unseen feeling, weightless yet can cause havoc, summer essential. So I was just thinking about wind and how it's invisible yet we feel it, and how it feels so nice when it's hot out and then all of a sudden you get this nice breeze going. Okay, I got a question. Are you going to save this live to your story? I hope so. Gotta get back to work. Okay. Yeah, definitely. We will save it on our IGTV, and so it'll become a post on our page. So you could view it at some other time. You could share it. So, yeah, thank you for that question. All right, let's get started now. I'm going to give you just a few minutes, maybe like 3 to 5 minutes to write. Remember, no hard rules here. We're just free writing, jotting down some ideas, some words, some emotions that you might associate with your potential subject. So starting now, give you a few minutes. When we're out with kids and we ask them to write a haiku, sometimes we have 3 minutes, sometimes we have 5 minutes to get something going. And even with that short amount of time, they could come up with something really special and really creative. Okay, I'll give you another 2 or 3 minutes. And feel free to ask any questions in the comment box. Or you could also even write about a place that you love. It could be a park. It could be, a garden that you once visited. And also, I would love to read what you all come up with. We all have different views from wherever we are. So we're all going to come up with something very, very different. So I would love to see what you come up with. You can share it. You can send it to us. You can tag Folar. I'll give you another minute. And if you're just joining, we're taking a moment to write a haiku. I've been sharing tips and examples of haikus to get your creative juices flowing. And so we'll be posting this story on our IGTV on our page, so you could definitely go back and rewatch or share with friends. I'll give you one more minute. Okay, so time is up for now. I hope you at least got some words down, some ideas, something that you want to revisit. And I will end this activity by reading a couple more examples. So this next example was written by an elementary schooler from Toland Way Elementary. So it goes, LA river flow, no more pollution, ever. Respect the river. So I thought that poem was really sweet, really, really creative. And I'll read another poem, the last one that I wrote. It's called Rose, and it goes, bright red and wilted, sharp blades cut through stem, its petals hand-picked. Okay, so thank you all so much for joining. I hope to see you next time. I want to give my colleague a shout out, Marissa. Tomorrow she will be doing puzzle time at 2 p.m. So those are always a lot of fun. She's going to be testing your river knowledge. So it's sometimes kind of challenging, but it's really, really fun when you finally get it. So tune in tomorrow at 2 p.m. and on Friday we'll be doing a live birding at 9 a.m. with Ilianna. She'll be looking for birds out along the LA River. So again, thank you all so much for joining. I hope you got some inspiration today. If you got something down, if you want to share haiku, please tag us, Folar, and hope to see you again soon. So thank you. Bye-bye.